Hi guys, and welcome along to my first tutorial. Excited to have you here. Today we're going to be looking at the application Shotput Pro 6, which is an automated copy utility application, or something along those lines. Basically, it's a piece of software that you can use to transfer media or offload camera cards to your computer, anywhere where you're transferring files from A to B. So yeah, the most common situation would be offloading a camera card to your computer. I'm going to explain to you why it's sort of an essential part of the workflow nowadays, and I really would advise you invest in buying a copy utility application like Shotput. But for now, let's talk a little bit about data integrity and just copying your camera card onto your computer. Normally what you do, right, this is what I still do, it's quite bad, I'm quite hypocritical, I haven't downloaded Shotput yet. I plug in my camera card to my card reader, I drag and drop it to my hard drive on my computer, I back it up to another place. Now that's all good, but there is definite room for improvement, right? So the biggest thing that you can improve on there is verifying the file copy from A to B, because I check the file size. So I, say it's 20 gigs of media, I check that it's 20 gigs of media in both places, right? That's a start. But there's a verification process that is just one ups that. Let's hop over to Shotput Pro 6, and I'll show you a little bit about what I mean about the verification side, and I'll explain some of the data integrity concepts behind the verification. Yeah. So over here we see the verification tab. There are 5 checksum verification methods. The two most common ones, especially for media purposes, are MD5 and XXHash. XXHash is Shotput Pro's recommended because it's faster, but MD5 is legacy, so lots of post-production companies still use MD5 checksums as their checksum of choice. It doesn't really matter. So, what's a checksum? Well, to understand what a checksum is, you need to understand what a hash function is. So, a hash function is pretty much just an algorithm. Now, this algorithm can be run on files or passwords, in this case files, and what it does is it generates a value called a checksum. Hash functions and checksums are really important because what Shotput Pro 6 does is when it copies files from the source to the location, what it does is it uses one of the hash functions that you select here. It'll use that hash function and generate checksums for every single file on your camera card or your hard drive or whatever you're transferring, right? Then what it'll do is after the copy is complete, it'll run the same algorithm, that same hash function, on the files at the destination, so the point where you transferred them to, and it'll generate another set of checksums. Now, these checksum values should match identically from source to destination, and Shotput Pro will check that, and if they don't match, if for example a file corrupted over the copy, that checksum would be wildly different from the checksum that was generated at the destination, and Shotput Pro would know that something's wrong, and it would inform you, it would let you know, so that you can go back and troubleshoot and work out what's going on. So verification, so using a hash function algorithm to generate a checksum value for a file, and then to check that value at both the destination and the source, that is a very, very useful thing. And because it's all automated and put into a slick interface, you don't have to worry about it, and it's easy, right? So that is the main selling point of Shotput Pro right there. Like, I recommend you to buy the software just for that reason, right? Especially if you offload cards a lot. Cool guys, that is it for today. Hopefully you learned a little bit about Shotput, a little bit about data integrity, so things like verification with checksums. And yeah, let me know if you invest in Shotput Pro or you invest in something else, let me know how you go. And I will be back in a couple of weeks for another video, so I'll see you then.